Hi everyone, in this video I'll be going through my skill build for HexChess raids for Scytheguard. So let's get started. First of all, you want to max out all your passive skills. There is no reason for you not to because they give you stats and some additional skills that are very useful. So the only passive that you don't want to turn on is this one that's called the Moonblade. So what this does is that if you have this on, your buffs and heals will only be provided to yourself, so you will no longer apply those to your team. But this gives you a damage increase to your buff if you activate New Moon, Descent and Dual Moons for yourself if you turn this on. But this is mostly for solo content, and there's no reason for you to turn this on if you're doing team content such as HexChess. So just leave this off when you're doing team content. Alright, so the main finisher that you use is Miss Mooncaller. So this skill has a large AoE, as you can see here, and then it does a ton of damage, so have this maxed out. And it also provides you with some shards on the ground that you can collect, and these shards will increase the counter of either your New Moon or your Blue Moon, so you can activate your buffs and heals easier. So yeah, just max this out, it's very useful. Okay, so for Arclight Cross, does a bunch of damage and then it's medium ranged, and then you can activate pretty easily, so max this out as well. Does quite a bit of damage. Okay, for Soul Link, this is single-handedly the best skill in the game, I would say, because it does damage, quite a bit of damage, and also it heals for a lot. It's essentially your burst heal skill that you would always use if you have teammates that are dying. So basically what this does is that it will also chain your allies within the range of your circle. So basically all the teammates that are within your circle, they will share damage with each other, right? And that will prevent your teammates from getting one shot by some boss damage. So basically this is a lifesaver skill that you would press instantly if you see any teammates that are on low health. So yeah, this is probably your number one skill that you want to get it maxed out. Okay, your other finisher, yeah, does a ton of damage. Get this maxed out as well, but the thing about this skill is that the range is not that great. I find myself missing this skill quite a bit of times. So yeah, just make sure that the boss is not moving around too much when you're activating this. Okay, for Whirling Leap, I don't have it on because it's not that great to use. It's very wonky. Like you have to sort of like circle around the boss for you to use it, and the hitbox is not good. So yeah, I don't have this on. For most of the times that I'm using this skill, it feels like I'm not maximizing its usage. So yeah, I don't have this. Ancient Echoes, there are two modes. One is the full moon mode, one is the new moon mode. So basically you want to have it on new moon mode if you want to do damage. So you see this figure over here that it charges up for a brief time and then it will pulse out either damage or heals based on whatever you choose. So new moon is for damage, full moon is for heals. So yeah, it takes a bit of time to charge. So just make sure that the boss is not moving around too much when you're using this skill as well. But the AoE is relatively large, so yeah, it's quite easy to hit. Get this maxed out as well. For Photon Blast, it looks very similar to your Soul Link, but yeah, this does damage, and then with this passive, it does some heal as well. So this, I would say, is a weaker version of Soul Link. So the priority is Soul Link. Okay, for Flurry, this is just a damage skill, medium range, relatively easy to use, does damage. Yeah, get this maxed out in place of Whirling Leap. Right, so okay, for Whirlwind Scythe, I would say it's one of your highest damaging skills in a raid because of the fact that it is ranged, and also it's relatively easy to use it because it does not really lock you into place. Like you can just throw it when the boss is doing its mechanics that are melee range. Yeah, it's very useful, and also it does quite a bit of damage, and then you can sort of spam it because it has a low cooldown. So get this maxed out, For Rhapsody, yeah, it's a low cooldown skill, does quite a bit of damage. Yeah, you can choose not to max this actually if you don't have enough skill points, but yeah, you sort of need to be like within close range for you to land this. Sometimes I'll miss this, but yeah, this skill, if you don't have enough skill points, it won't be priority, right? Moonlight Seer is relatively to hit. You can hit it in medium range, and it does quite a bit of damage with very low cooldown. So this one also you want to max it out if it's possible. Yeah, so it's basically you can spam this because it has very low cooldown, and yeah, DPS wise this is also one of your highest DPS skills, I would say. Okay, there's a skill that I didn't go through, this supporting skill, Runic Barrier. So what it does is that it gives you a shield around you, and your teammates that are within the shield, they get protected from damage. So basically I don't have this on because in most cases I don't find myself being able to use this at all. Like there's a lot of scenarios where the boss is just moving around, and yeah, there's no reason why we be just staying within the shield. Yeah, so it's not very useful for me personally. But I mean, if you are in a coordinated team, maybe you can put this to good use. But in most cases, in public runs, there's no reason for me to use this. Everyone's just running all over the place. But yep, that's it for the skill build. Thanks for watching my video. Be sure to tune in for my next videos because I'll be doing quite a bit of content for COA. But yeah, thanks for watching my video and see you guys on the next one. Peace.